Good to know that you finally have time to talk to me.
You know that things have been a mess
I
since...
was just joking. I see that news about Kevin's been taking its toll on you.
It's been more of a headache than I expected it would be. But it's all going according to plan. Khalid did exactly what I expected he would. And I can't deny that the results are a far better outcome than I anticipated. We managed to shake off Adonis's mole from our operations. Without Kevin, we can finally move on to the next phase. Even if it means we'll be left with some looming resentment from different sides of the field.
You make being hated sound like it's a walk in the park.
Being loved is a harder game to win than making progress. Hence why I chose the latter.
Tempus certified wisdom. How is the company handling the backlash, though?
The only way we can. By smiling and waving. We're lucky that we haven't had more protesters on our doorstep. But despite that, I can't quite say anyone is happy with this development. Especially not after the news broke out about Dion's death.
Alright. I take it that the Cabal isn't very pleased about that.
I think it's more fitting to say that there's a lingering sense of indifference about it.
So this isn't a surprise to anyone.
Not in the slightest. I'd say that Dion was the example for things to come.
Are they getting suspicious?
People in this line of work are always suspicious. It's what keeps them alive. Our job as of right now is to plant that suspicion elsewhere.
Hence the plan?
Exactly. Speaking of which, do you have any news about the fire elemental that Kevin helped kidnap?
Yeah. He's exactly where we thought he'd be.
Good. Khalid and his confidants will make quick work of their facility and expose it for what it is.
This trail was really obvious, though. We can both see it's clearly a trap.
It had to be a trap if we didn't want to attract suspicion. Any more intervention on our part, and the others would be able to see through this ruse completely.
But are you sure you want to leave it to them? It would be better if we dealt with this cleanly.
No. We're constructing a narrative, and if we want people to follow that narrative, we need to make it believable. Besides, Joseph Hunt is with them. That's all the assurance we need.
I see. Was it really a good idea to give that scientist accompanying him the chance to get involved in this?
I'll admit that they were an unpredictable variable in this equation at first. But they've yet to stare us wrong. With them by Joseph's side, I'm sure they'll make it work. They'll give us an opportunity to set the pieces in place, while another of my leads in AMP does their work.
I'm frankly surprised he hasn't come knocking on your door for answers yet.
Khalid knows better than that. Politics is as much of a performance as magic shows are. He'd gain nothing from showing his hand too early. Just like us. He's waiting.
Speaking of waiting, why are you so antsy about having me over for dinner this week?
Was I antsy?
You seemed like you were. And I'm sure it had nothing to do with a certain someone you've been wanting me to meet.
It may have.
Dad, I'm glad you found someone who makes you happy.
But
Are you sure you want them to be involved with what's going on?
no. But I don't think we have the luxury of keeping them in the dark.
I think we do. You just don't want to.
They deserve to know the truth about who they're getting involved with.
You have to know how risky that is.
I do.
So you're going to tell them about Mom?
Among other things. I want them to be prepared to fight whatever comes their way.
You're serious about them?
I wouldn't be doing all of this if I wasn't.
Okay then.
Okay.
If you think that this is the right choice, then I'm trusting you on it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll be seeing you this Friday, right?
Yeah,
Good. Until then, stay safe.
I will.
And, Amir,
Yeah?
don't let this be your life. I want it better for you. Let loose some time.
Yes, Dad. I promise.
I mean it. I couldn't stop you from helping me with this. But I'm not letting you waste your life away when you could be living. Your mother wouldn't want that.
I guess you're right. I love you, Dad. I'll see you later.
I love you too.
Well, hello there, good looking. What brings you to the Devil's Tongue by yourself? Just wondering why anyone would be crazy enough to leave you alone. Well, if you liked being alone, you wouldn't be here, so we can roll that out. My next guess is that whoever you're here with is probably in the bathroom right now. And I'm hoping that's not the case. Well, it's almost my lucky night. The hottie next to me is here by themselves. Yeah, almost. I want to see how lucky I can get tonight. The night can go anywhere. The question is, how you want to spend it. Never said we had to get out of here good looking. If you want to stay here, then I'm sure there's a spot where no one's looking. Or we can be here where everyone's looking, if that's what you're into. What can I say? It's my nature to be a little lecherous. My name's Amir. Fire elemental. Oh, I liked how you said that. Yeah. I wonder how good it'll sound when you moan it. Nah. I just use that line for the people I think are hot. Oh, I can tell who's hot and who's not. Environmental and all that. Well, I was told to be clear when I want something. And I want you. So I'm just making sure that there's no mixed signals between us. That's good. I'm not looking for a partner either. You don't have to be any kind of person to have a fun time with me. You just have to want it. Listen, I put all my cards on the table. All you have to do is let me know if you like what's been dealt. If you do, then we can slip away from the bar for a bit.
Hey! Oh, how are we doing? Righteous! Who's your friend?
I thought you weren't with someone. Well, you're right about the DJ not being in the bathroom. Listen, dude, no hard feelings. I didn't know.
Bro, don't even sweat it. I would too if I were you. So, should I leave you two alone?
I don't get cold feet.
It doesn't look like that, bro.
What does it look like?
It looks like someone's pussy now that the boyfriend showed.
You think you scare me?
Nah. I just think you can handle us both, bro.
Want me to prove you wrong? What'd you think, bae? Good. Then let's ditch this place.
Nah, bro. You're the new guy here. So, guess who's gonna call the shots?
Really?
Yeah, bro. Don't worry though. You don't bite too hard.
Lead the way.
Oh, all right, y'all. I got a party to keep going. You two have fun. Bae, I'll see you around. And you, Mr.
Tempus.
Mr. Temp, if you want to stick around, I'm sure my bae and I wouldn't mind taking you home to show you what we can really do. Bae?
Maybe I will then.
Then maybe I'll see you.
Beau,
Lures!
don't. Your break was done 5 minutes ago. We have a club to manage.
I was just freshening up.
Get back to work. And give me the bathroom keys.
Alright. Sorry, bro. Let's get this working.
You're lucky you know how to do your job. Go. And stop fucking people in the bathroom.
Going.
Your boy's got a personality, huh? No. I see why you like him. It was fun doing this with you two. Well, I'm glad I was fun to do. Wanna head back to the bar? I'm a little curious about what else you two get up to. Besides, you two seem like fun. And I like it. Alright. This round's on me.
And dinner is done. I'd hardly call tortellini fancy, sweetie. Well, maybe you're right about my skewered point of view. Either way, your food is served. You're very welcome. Is something wrong? You always seem to know exactly how to catch me off guard with questions like that. Don't worry. It's something that I love about you. You know how to get to the heart of things whenever I feel like I'm beating around the bushes. I think I do sometimes. I can't help it when I want to use every word I have talking to you. I'm only sweet because you pull it out of me. Well, I promise to tell you the truth, and that's what I'll do. If I look nervous, then I am. For all intents and purposes, I've never had to be this honest about it. A number of reasons. The nature of the bacchanalia being one, publicity being another. We can't afford to look bad in the eyes of the Citadel. And sometimes that meant bending the truth to hide the reality of magic. Being honest as a Bacchanalian is harder than most people want it to be. It's hard to hide an entire life away from people, much more so as a public figure. We've all learned to lie to survive. Sometimes I had to lie in order to keep the peace. Regarding Cecilia, it was less of a scandal, as that reporter made it seem, and more of an incident. A lot happened that day with Cecilia. I'm sure that I want to tell you. If we're going to be partners, then I can't keep hiding this from you. And I want you to know, so you have a better idea of what drives me to love you the way I do. Alright. My last marriage ended abruptly. And while I had built up a reputation as a bit of a playboy in my younger years, the way it ended had less to do with any scandal I might have been known for, and more to do with the darker nature of the Bacchanalia. What I mean is that while the Bacchanalia can be wondrous to behold, that beauty can only be held up by a machine of intentional, systematic abuse. A sort of violence that I blindly believed I was free from due to my father's influence over my life. My father had blinded me from the reality of the world. He made me believe that those who were at the top of the system were there because their families had built and maintained legacies over many years that had been forged through hardship. While some of that may be true, what I had yet to learn was that his family's success was built off the exploitation of those who he deemed beneath him. He broke and bent the rules that held together the magical society to earn his place in it. He carried the face of a man of progress, while he had been secretly tearing apart families and made promises to those who believed he could help them. His world was ruled by blood and control over those without options to do much within and outside of the Bacchanalia. Yes, he was horrible. And for a long time, I didn't see it. I simply believed that he was the ultimate authority on the matter, and that order was meant to be established how he had said it was. Savants were best suited on the bottom, while muses were meant to be their betters. And demons were the final arbiters of every major decision that needed to be made in the Bacchanalia. He had an arrogance to him that I saw as deserved for the years of grueling labor he endured. Hearing myself say it now, I feel foolish for ever believing that. And it wasn't until that I met Cecilia I realized how wrong I had been. Cecilia. She opened my eyes to the reality of what it meant to be a fire elemental. To be awed and objectified in the same breath. Up until that point, I just knew that the ability to manipulate fire was rare because of how much magical potential it had. But I didn't know what people would do to get their hands on such a power. We met in Karachi. We happened to be at a party together, one she had snuck into because she said that she wanted to see what was inside for once. I told her that she could have asked, and she said that wasn't how admissions worked. I told her that no one could refuse her if she did ask. I'm sorry. I should stick to the point. No, I know it can't be easy hearing about her. And I don't want you to think... Are you sure? Then to add, she was like a torch that lit up the darkness of the world. She showed me just how much more there could be to life, and I wanted to be perfect for her. Eventually, I suppose I was. And then we were hitched. We moved elsewhere, and things seemed good. And I thought that there was more in store for our future after she had Amir. That was exactly when I learned the kind of man that my father was. A man who saw people as steps on a ladder to climb up, as a means to solidify his legacy. In his words, everything he did was for my ladder to be shorter than his. Including when he hired men to kidnap Cecilia and have her sent to a facility to push the limits of her magic. I didn't know that at first, of course. All I knew is that masked hooligans broke in and took her after they'd nearly beaten me to death. I was shaken with worry about what had happened to Amir, but I later learned that his grandfather wanted him spared as the next man in line for his legacy after I took over. I spent years believing that I had failed her. And after I learned that all the money in the world couldn't bring her back, I turned my attention to my father for advice. He said that I would just need to do like he did after my mother had passed. I would just need to focus on our legacy by making the world an easier place for Amir. I think I did do it. Or at least, I tried as best as I could. My father is currently dead. He passed away in prison a long time ago. I believe when Amir was 15. He had a terrible constitution. No, we never found out where they had taken her. On top of being a detail-oriented man, my father knew just how to cover his tracks. He had lied and claimed to the public that she had disappeared. People believed it because when your son already had a history of promiscuity, it wasn't hard to guess why she left. Sweetie, as I said, the Bacchanalia is a machine. Machines require a fuel source to function. And it happens that people like you and I are who the machine is meant to function for. People like savants, they are the fuel. But more than that, everyone is a victim of it in some way or another. We are trapped in a system that determines who we are from the day we're born. And we can't escape that. What only matters is what you're worth to those above you. No, we don't do nothing. The world can't function like that. I made Tempus Industries to be a proponent for change for that exact reason. And I love you the way I do. Because just like I did for Amir, I'm going to make things better for you. Giving people the resources and opportunities they wouldn't otherwise have. Providing people with inventions and projects that can change the face of the world as we know it. Or even helping you to realize that you have more power than you know. You do. Much more than just raw magical power. You have influence. And that counts for something. Sweetie, it doesn't matter how or when you incited your magic. It doesn't matter how we got here or how you got into escorting. None of that matters. What matters is that you are powerful. You should never forget that. I'm not saying this to convince you that you're strong enough to take what you want, or become something that no one can stop. But I want to show you that you have more say in the way your life unfolds. And that is something not many people get. And you can choose what you want to do with that. All I ask is that you never forget that you've got a valuable place in society. And you should never be afraid to use it to protect yourself. I mean it, sweetie. I know this is a big shift in what we're accustomed to. And I understand that this is a lot to take in. I won't force you to do anything you don't want to. But all I need you to do is to remember that while we can't change the world we live in, we can use it to our advantage. And if you ever need to, then don't hesitate to leverage your archetype as a demon where you can. Like I said, I won't tell you how to use your influence, but I know the person I fell in love with. And I know that even when they're scared, they make the right decisions. I think I have the right amount of faith in you. You haven't let me down yet. You don't have to apologize for asking. I'm glad I finally got to tell you. Yes, I want you in my life. And I can't have that if I'm keeping secrets from you. I want to be upfront about what I've been through and what my past looked like, so you know exactly who I am and how much you mean to me. If you need me to say it, then I can do that anytime you want me to. You mean the world to me, and I'm willing to do anything to make that world a better place for you. Of course. We should probably heat this back up. You're getting better with your magic. Soon we might not need a microwave. I know, I'm sorry. That was a bad joke. Let's forget about it and finish dinner.